Screamer is a lot like listening to a good audiobook while sitting trackside at Le Mans. Its blend of twin-stick driving and narrative storytelling makes it one of the most distinctive action arcade races I've played in quite some time. And that's even before getting to the combat, the parrying, and special abilities.
I told you, Hiroshi, they are all your opponents.
There's not much about this experience that could be described as traditional, which is good news in a genre that's largely settled into an all-too-familiar groove. What makes Screamer stand out is how it shifts expectations, offering an unconventional mashup of two genres that I'd consider to be on opposite ends of the speedometer. On one side, you have the high-octane arcade racing with unique dual-stick controls, and on the other, a visual novel that leans heavily into introspection. Should it work? Probably not, but it does. Part of that success comes down to just how weird it's willing to be. Early on, I found myself rooting for Fermi, a sunglasses-wearing corgi who obviously became my favorite driver in the game. Impressively, said driving dog doesn't even crack the top 5 weirdest things in Screamer. That said, the goodest boy racer doesn't exactly have stiff competition. Half the cast are complete and utter prats. Still, they all serve a purpose.
I will never understand how such a brilliant woman had such a wet fart of a son.
Screamer's cyberpunk narrative is one of revenge, ambition, and a great big dollop of family drama, culminating in the kind of unexpected absurdity only a good anime plotline can pull off.
Wait. The hell are we doing caring about races?
Although the story can drag its feet in places, repeating points or lingering too long on conversations, it's genuinely refreshing to see a driving game spend this much time building its characters and exploring their individuality and motives for entering the deadliest racing competition on the planet. The tournament acts as both a career mode and as a sort of tutorial, spanning 70 plus chapters and featuring a fully voice-acted international cast.
Can you two really understand each other?
Of course.
A convenient in-world implant explains how everybody magically understands each other, even dog speak for some. But if you're not bilingual or a fan of visual novels, the pacing here might struggle to keep you fully engaged.
あんたのために言ったんじゃない。あんな風に言わせるわけにはいかないわ。
弟にどう対処するかは。
Across its 10 to 15-hour career, you'll hop between drivers and teams, experiencing the story from multiple perspectives. You'll follow the potty-mouthed Green Reapers as they plot revenge against the ruthless heir to Anaconda Corps, confront PTSD alongside Kago Akai, and witness a feud shaped by love and loss between idol group Space Force Romanda and the engineers of Jupiter Stormers.
Perché mi sembra di aver dimenticato qualcosa?
There's a lot going on here, but by the time the credits rolled, I was fully invested. Questions about Mr. A's mysterious echo technology, the nature of death and revival, and who was ultimately going to win the Screamer tournament kept me hooked throughout. It's really good stuff, with several top-class animated moments to keep things running smoothly. Funnily enough, actually getting behind the wheel to make loud cars go fast is where Screamer shines brightest and what makes it a modern masterpiece in arcade racing. The twin stick handling takes some getting used to, and I'll admit I had a real time unlearning everything I thought I knew about racing games. Whipping around tight bends is achieved using both analog sticks, with the left controlling steering and the right responsible for some pretty spectacular skiddies, creating a system that initially feels like tying your brain in knots. Early races saw my front fender repeatedly smashing against guardrails and walls, but once it started to click, everything just fell into place. Very soon, I found myself drifting through city streets, dusty deserts, and rain-soaked forest tracks, like slicing through butter with a hot knife. Ugh. Driving in Screamer becomes seriously smooth, aggressively Moorish, and fundamentally exceptional. Layered on top of this is a smart team system. Each team consists of a leader and 2 members, each with their own unique car and abilities. Leaders pilot faster, beefier vehicles with stronger abilities, whilst members offer more accessible handling. It encourages experimentation before settling on the right fit for competing in a decent variety of game modes and race types.
The Echo is the most advanced technology the world has ever seen.
Then there's the ecosystem, which ties everything together. Mysterious space-age tech installed in each car, allowing drivers to rewind time at the moment of death. As you blast around the track, you'll passively charge the Echo device with sync. This builds faster through clean racing, reaching top speeds, and hitting LB or L1 to active shift through gears, which ironically is like active reloading your engine to keep a blistering pace. Sync can be spent on boosts, which if timed perfectly, can blast you forward. Consuming sync generates entropy, which is then spent on strike attacks to murderize your rivals. If you successfully slam into another racer with a strike, the echo kicks in, rewinding the explosion of blood, guts, and car parts that you've just reduced them to. And if you spot someone lining you up in your rearview mirror, preparing to strike your butt, having enough sync lets you activate a shield that protects you from your own explosion of flesh and steel. All of this sounds confusing, but it flows quite naturally.
Bon sang, Gabriel!
Max out entropy and you can activate overdrive, a high-risk, high-reward boost to speed, handling, and attack power. It's a bit like a bloodthirsty bullet bill, though it's far from a free pass to the front. Every vehicle you collide with will explode, sure, but after a short time you become vulnerable, meaning if you're not careful and you bump into a track barrier, say, you'll just explode as well. Mastering these systems and having faith in your skills adds a tactical layer that elevates every race. Now, I'm not exactly proud that I settled on Noboru Sato, Screamer's self-proclaimed greatest screamer in the game, aka the easiest to play with, but once I did, I genuinely found the game hard to put down. His former glory ability to generate entropy quickly made achieving overdrive much easier. It turns out Noboru really is the best. Screamer is phenomenally good fun on its own, with the tournament, race, and team race core game modes to choose from. Personally, Score Challenge became my go-to mode, a series of races and challenges that culminate in a final score uploaded to a global leaderboard. And for what it's worth, I'm currently the #2 ranked Screamer globally, though I fully expect that to change once you get your talented little hands on it. It's good while it lasts, I suppose.
You're done!
To round things off, a quick word on performance and presentation. Across my 24 hours of playtime, Screamer holds up really well on the Xbox Series X, though it did run the console a little hot at times. Burning all that rubber had me slightly concerned, my house became very warm, but nothing serious. Visually, Screamer stands apart from other races. The courses are beautiful, the anime cutscenes and illustrations are gorgeous, and the soundtrack is an absolute banger. I can easily see myself throwing the OST on during my next Sunday drive to the shops. Ooh-wee! Screamer is an absolute masterclass in arcade racing, an unconventional blend of high-speed thrills and slow, anime-fueled storytelling that simply works.
Arigato.
The tournament can drag its feet at times, but once you're invested, that extra context only serves to enhance what is already brilliant twin-stick racing. It's weird, wonderful, and bursting with originality and personality, making it almost impossible to put down. I cannot recommend Screamer enough, so bravo Milestone. 9 out of 10. Bish bash bosh. Let me know in the comments what you think of Screamer and if you'll be picking it up at launch. And for more reviews like this one, make sure to stick with your game friend. Until the next one, cheerio!